recently, I suppose we've become accustomed to budgets that deliver stimulus measures, and that's what we've needed through COVID. So this is quite a different budget in that regard. It doesn't deliver the stimulus that maybe we've become used to through COVID. But potentially that stimulus has certainly put us in good stead with regard to our general economic conditions around our confidence, our growth settings until now, but that has led to a period of increased wages and increased inflation.
It's probably a little bit underwhelming, to be honest, and no real surprises. There was no real shocks. Of course, the million houses being built, that was a headliner, but we need to unpack this housing accord and see what it looks like, and certainly from a local government perspective, we have a big role to play in that because we provide infrastructure that goes to these new housing developments, and we'll need support to do that.
The biggest thing missing for me was some measures which actually supported small business beyond the talk around giving them reliefs in terms of general assistance. But I think what we're actually looking for is the structural path forward to deal with energy costs, to make sure that businesses actually have a profitable structure. I think we're still dealing with an element of what we really call the profitless boom. That is, businesses actually shot to the top in terms of revenue, but the bottom line wasn't actually there. And with their struggle with tight labour markets, with the challenges they've got in terms of energy costs which are coming forward, we heard more about that today from businesses here. I think they're the key issues that need to be addressed. So we would love to see a broader than a one-path track towards energy renewables. We'd like to see something that actually helps us deal with that transition.
I guess the reality is that all of us are going to have to tighten our belts. I think that the cost of living issue is going to be one that continues with CPI growing. Obviously, we're going to be waiting to see what that looks like. I'm not sure what else they could do which wasn't going to hit somewhere else. I think the reality is that we have had such a boom and support period, really, particularly through COVID, when we expected it to be so hard, and it wasn't for many of us, particularly in our region.
If you look through the detail of the budget, there are certainly some good things for Toowoomba in terms of hopefully the social housing comes through. That's certainly front of mind for everyone in town. The defence spend, hopefully that extends through to Kabala and Oki, and also through to the Wellcamp projects. TAFE and the local uni benefit from those free placements as well for some of those skills shortages.
We are going to continue to struggle with housing availability, with labour supply, and that is going to be our constraining factor.
Regional Australia needs to be recognised, and certainly local governments need to be recognised. We see the financial assistance grants being announced as increasing at a slower rate than the income tax increase, so therefore we're worse off.
We are going to see a GDP retraction, but hopefully the economy is resilient enough to push through.
I think our greatest opportunity here is to get our pensioners and veterans into the workforce. I think that's a real opportunity for us. I think we have a shortage of workers at the moment. This is a great opportunity to get those earning more income so that their pension isn't affected in a negative way, and that'll then give them additional household income.
I guess it's on all levels of government to come up with a plan, to make it clear to mums and dads what can they do with regard to energy prices to help manage that, business with regard to wages, labour, what can they be doing? So, I think it's at all levels, even the health sector. You often hear the health versus federal versus state. I think it'd be great to see all levels of government working together to just help us come up with a plan to solve some of these bigger issues.
We did see that the Queensland Government did give the $175 assistance for energy costs recently. Obviously the federal government is steering away from that because that type of stimulus is only going to exaggerate the inflation problem. So I think it needs to be structurally around energy in terms of what can we do around gas and electricity supply.